Welcome back, Wheels and Weavers, to the channel Doge. But today I'm going to be playing Look Be a Landlord, which is a game that I have been playing for a while now, actually, already. As you can see, I've actually already beaten the game, I guess, quote unquote. But we'll get back to that soon, because obviously I haven't even told you about the game yet. So yeah, this game essentially is kind of like a deck builder in a way, even though it's not kind of referred to as a card game. Essentially, it's a slot machine game, but where obviously there's no real money being bet, and you basically choose the symbols that can potentially appear in the slot machine. The symbols don't have to line up to give you rewards. Most of them will just give you rewards as long as they're on the board, but they can give more rewards if they're next to something that might help them and stuff like that. So yeah, it's mostly a game about kind of, I say it's a deck builder, even though there isn't any cards, because you're kind of quote unquote building a deck by putting symbols into the slot machine that you think will have the best chance of getting you the most money. You pay rent every few spins, and if you can't make enough money before the rent comes, then you lose. You go until you have to pay the final rent payment of 777 coins, and if you manage to make that payment, you win. But you can continue to play in endless mode if you want, where the rent goes then becomes 1,000 and increases by 500 every time. So yeah, it's a very kind of fun kind of game. And basically, I just wanted to play it because I mean I'm playing it anyway casually, so I may as well make some videos on it. I already tried to make a video on this, but that first video I had two really bad runs in a row, and I did manage to win with the second run, even though it was a bad run. But it took so long for me to get to a point where I could salvage the run that the video ended up being really long. And I thought, you know what? Nothing that crazy happens in these runs, and it's a really long video, so maybe it'd be better for a first video if I try and get a better run. So yeah, these are the different floors. Essentially, they used to not have these, but the game kept being either too easy or too hard. Usually too hard, and so the developer decided that instead he would have it so that he would make the game a lot easier. But then every time you beat the game, you unlock a new floor, which increases stuff that makes it harder. And right now, floor 9 is the last floor, and since I've beaten that, that's what I mean by I say I've basically beaten the game. So yeah, I'm basically just playing for fun at this point, but there's a lot of strategies that obviously I can try to pull off that you can't usually do. So yeah, we've got an apartment, we have a slot machine, we need to use the slot machine to make money to pay rent. And as you can see, we've got 5 coins there. Each one of these symbols just gives 1 coin. Except the cat, which used to give just 1 coin, but they gave it an ability recently. The most recent update had this milk item, which is another item that just gives 1, but if it lands next to a cat, the cat will drink it and give you an extra 9 coins, but it will also remove the milk. So yeah. The starting items are all pretty bad for the most part, but they all have potential synergies. I would say the best starting item is definitely the cat. Not just because it's the only one with the ability, but also cats, I feel, have the best synergies. They have a lot of the symbols that you can add into the slot machine, but as well as that, every rent payment you'll also get an item that you can add, which is like a permanent effect. And there's just a lot of items that make cats better. Most of them are pretty common, and there's even one, although it is very rare, that turns them all into wild cards, which makes them copy whatever the best value on the board is that's next to them. Which is obviously an amazing item to get if you have multiple cats. Speaking of which, we're just probably going to take another cat here. We could take a bubble. It gives 2 coins, but it goes away after 3 spins. But we're definitely not taking a coin. Coins can be really powerful if you get the synergy for them, but trying to bank on getting synergy for coins is unreliable. So yeah, take cat. Huh. Getting some pretty bad options, I'm not going to lie. Usually you get more with abilities than this. So I don't really think owl is a very good symbol, but it's the only one here that gives more than 1. And I don't want to make a coin deck or a flower deck yet. Well, I mean, if I get the opportunity, I'll go for it, but I don't think I should get these assuming I'm going to get synergy for them, so I'm going to take owl. Okay, these are some slightly better ones. Pearl is obviously terrible, but we have Cultist here, which gives 0, but gives 1 more for each other Cultist, and also gets an extra 1 once you get 3 of them on the board. It used to just give 1 and not have this bottom part, but then they were too strong, so they made it so that they start out giving 0, and you have to get to 3 for them to go back to how they normally are. So Cultists, if you get offered them early, you can definitely take them, and they can get really out of control. But as you can imagine, if you don't get the amount of cultists you want, or even if you do get the amount of cultists, but you get too many symbols in your deck and you don't have them pop up often enough, this could be a really bad thing to take. I think it is better than it used to be now because there is an item that now eats cultists to become stronger, and that is obviously going to make them a lot more useful. But still, I think you take Key. Key will destroy safes, lockboxes, treasure chests, and mega chests, all of which are items that don't give much money on their own, but if they get opened by a key, then they'll give you a whole bunch of money at once. And you're very likely to see an item like that since there's 4 different symbols like that, so yeah. Here, definitely mouse is the best pick. If it sees cheese, then if it ends up next to cheese, it'll eat it and give 15 coins. So generally, okay, this is a weird one. So yeah, we have the opportunity to go for Flower Synergy. I don't think I want to go for Flower Synergy. Flower Synergy is a bit weird. It's because almost all the synergy multiplies the amount that flowers give, and if you have if you multiply it multiple times, it gets very big very quickly. Flower decks tend to do really well if you want to go endless, just see how far you can get. But if you're just trying to beat the game, it's kind of hard to get the ball rolling with flower decks. And you also really want to keep your deck very tight. You don't want to add more than you need to for flower decks usually, and it can be difficult to do that sometimes. So Wealthy Capsule is just a free 10 coins, but it won't, but it'll destroy itself instantly, so it won't stick around. I think I'm going to take Big Urn. We don't have any synergy for this yet, but it just gives 2, so even if we don't get any synergy, it's not that bad. And when it gets destroyed, it'll add 2 spirits, which give 4 coins and go away after 4 spins. So in total, that's 16 coins from 1 spirit. So 32 in total if we break open the Big Urn. So Big Urn's decent. Okay, here's our first item. These aren't great options, but you get better odds of getting better stuff the longer you go in the game, so that's to be expected. Tax evasion, if a symbol would take away coins, it takes 1 less. So as you can imagine, there are some symbols that have that actually take coins away, but then to make up for it have very powerful abilities and stuff like that. This isn't a bad item, but there aren't that many things that take away money, and even if they do take away money, it's only taking 1 less, so this usually isn't a big deal. Blue pepper, there's a whole series of pepper items, and most of them are relatively weak. There are a couple that are quite strong, especially black pepper, but blue pepper I don't think I want. If there's at least 3 empty spaces, it'll give 3 coins. This one I think you only take if you're early in the game and you're desperate to make enough money to make rent payments without having to take too many symbols. So yeah, I don't think we can take that. We're going to take Shedding Season. We don't have a rabbit yet, but rabbits are very common, so it's a good chance we'll get one. And it makes so every spin, there's a 10% chance that if we have a rabbit, it will add rabbit fluff to the board, which gives 2 and gives us a 20% better chance to find uncommon, rare, and very rare symbols. This item can be bad, because I've kind of been alluding to it, but just to be clear, you actually don't want to have too many things in your deck. Once all our empty spaces are filled up, if we keep adding more symbols, we're going to reduce the chances of getting the symbols we want from our deck. So we actually want to, once we fill up all these empty spaces, add as little as possible, which is why we really like in the early game to take stuff like Mouse and Key that gives you instant money and then destroys itself afterwards so that it's not sticking around on your board taking up space. And obviously, having rabbits add rabbit fluff constantly could make them fill up our deck with stuff we don't want. But the point at which rabbit fluff becomes bad is very late in the game, so I think by that time we should be able to have it under control. This decision's a little tough, because as much as I like taking another key, it does only give 1, and we still haven't seen any of these things. And if we there is an item called Lockpick that's a common, that's probably the best common item in the game, that gives you a 30% chance to just open one of these every spin. Not like one time there's a 30% chance it'll open on its own. No, every spin there's a 30% chance one of these will open on its own. And obviously if we get Lockpick and we have 2 keys, then the keys suddenly become redundant, because they're just never going to be used. And now they're just taking up space. So I don't want to take 2 keys, I don't think. Snail is slightly better than 1. I don't really like it, to be honest. It doesn't have much synergy, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to go with Anchor. I find that it actually is not that unlikely for this to end up in the corner. And giving 5 coins for landing in the corner for something that usually gives 1 is pretty good. Okay, we've got a few more capsules here. Tedium Capsule will give us 5 coins, but we'll make it so that one of the symbols is always going to be a common in our next thing, which is obviously not that great. Lucky Capsule is much better. It doesn't give us any money, but when it destroys itself, the next time we add a symbol, one of them is guaranteed to be rare or better. This is a lot better than it sounds because most of the symbols that you need to kind of build your decks around are rare or better. And sometimes you can really get screwed just by not being offered a symbol to build your deck around, and your deck just kind of, being a bit all over the place the whole game. So it's almost as good as you should just take every lucky capsule you see. Like, it's basically that good. There's obviously some exceptions. Oh, okay, this is a weird one to start right off the bat, but I might be taking it. General Zaroff is essentially any human symbol, any of these symbols that are like people. If he lands next to them, he'll kill them and give you 20 coins for everyone he kills. He's a bit of a weird one because he is quite strong, and obviously he can destroy so many things that it's not hard to find synergy for him. But the fact that he only gives you instant money and he has no way to give you like a permanent source of like income, and he only gives one coin himself makes him a bit weird. I'm going to take him in this situation because we don't have anything he could kill yet, and obviously we also are a little bit close to Rent to say we're right at the beginning of the game, and obviously the Rent is the easiest at the beginning, so he could give us some cash boosts that we might need. Anyway, these items are all pretty bad. Egg is one of the worst things you could pick in this game if you don't have synergy for it. It only gives one. It has a 10% chance to turn into a chick, which also only gives one. Then it has a 10% chance to grow into a chicken, which gives two, but will constantly hatch eggs. And then you're filling your board with ones and twos and ones and twos, and yeah, it's really bad. Even if when you do get synergy with these things, you have to have some really good synergy for it to be worth it. Usually the only time you take egg is there is an item called Egg Carton, which puts eggs into it to give you money every spin without having to take up a space on the board. And then, of course, it's just free money. But yeah. So yeah, it's either Goose or Shiny Pebble or Skip. But we have so many empties, we can't really skip. Goose has a 1% chance of laying a golden egg, which gives 3, but has no synergy. If this was a better thing, like a give 5 or something, I would take this just to fill up a space and potentially give us a great item. But since even if this does hatch a golden egg, it's not even that impressive. I'm going to take Shiny Pebble. Just gives us a 10% chance to find rare stuff. It's not a great pick most of the time, but none of those picks are particularly good. Okay, this isn't too bad. We've got some 2s. These are both fruits, and so you might think these are equal because they both have no abilities, and they both kind of fall into the fruit category, so they get synergized with fruits. However, Coconut Half is slightly better because if we get offered a monkey can eat coconuts, but they can't eat plums. So we'll take Coconut Half. Speaking of monkey, we've got the monkey item that doubles the amount monkeys give, but not great. Oh, there's a egg carton. Also, I hate this item because every time I see it, I think it's Black Pepper. Black Pepper gives you 1 coin every time you destroy a symbol, and with most good decks, you're going to be destroying a hell of a lot of symbols. So even though it's only 1 coin, it adds up faster than you think, and the later into the game, the faster you destroy more. So it actually scales into the late game. This one probably doesn't seem bad. It gives you a whole 6 coins whenever you remove a symbol from your deck. You can do. We'll get to that soon. But you don't usually get so many removals that you'll be able to get money off of this that often. And as you can imagine, only getting 6 coins a couple times off of this drops off really quickly in the late game. So it's actually not that great, even though it used to only give 3. Then it was terrible. Anyway, so yeah, Egg Carton's definitely the best here because it just means that from now on, all eggs are basically just free money. So we can just take them. And obviously, usually they're terrible, so that's great. We can only put up to 6 eggs in it, but for every egg in the egg carton, it will just give us 1 coin every spin. Did we take a second cat? Yeah, we did. We were going to try and take cats, so I might take this cat, but... Now, you know what? We're not struggling to make rent yet, so I am going to take cat. Okay, I was just thinking about Hex of Hoarding, because, okay, there's a series of symbols that are all hexes, and they all give 3, which is a decent amount, but have a downside. It's usually a 30% chance to do something bad. But this is probably the best hex in the game because the downside is very rarely a downside. It just removes your option to skip, and it only happens 30% of the time. But even then, like, cat synergy is crazy good if we can get it. And obviously we're already kind of buying into that, so yeah. I almost took the mouse because I thought I didn't have one. We already have a mouse. We don't want a second mouse. Because the reason we took the mouse is so that if we get offered a cheese, we can take it and not worry about it messing up our deck, because it's going to go away eventually. And obviously, taking a second mouse won't change that. So yeah, just take the free wealthy capsule because it's a free 10 coins. The cherry doesn't do anything, it just gives 1. Okay, another big earn. Okay, it would be kind of funny to take the coconut and just assume we get a monkey later, but even though monkeys are common, I don't think I want to do that. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, I was about. I usually would do that, wouldn't do that, but I don't want to take flour. And I was thinking about taking buffing capsule. It goes away instantly, but it doubles the amount of coins that everything around it gives. But the problem is we've got so many empties. There's a good chance it doesn't hit much. And also, even if it does hit a lot, most of what it's hitting is just going to be ones. So I'm guessing this is only going to give like 8 coins, which isn't that great for something that is used once and then goes away. So I'll take coconut actually. There's a decent chance we get a monkey. We could also get Mrs. Fruit, which is a rare that gives 2 coins and gives an extra one for every fruit she eats. And she is one of the more like build around kind of symbols, and we really want something like that. Cold's an interesting one. It turns into a dime which gives 5 after 20 spins, but it gives 0 until then. I think we could do that. However, I want to get rid of this key, so I'm going to take the lockbox. It'll give 15 coins when it's opened. Okay, there's another hex with a downside that isn't that bad. It has a 30% chance to make an adjacent symbol give 0, but most of our symbols only give 1. So even if that does trigger, it's still going to be a 2 overall. The other options are looking quite bad, so I'll take it. Well, suits are weird. Suits can be really, really strong, but like it's kind of hard to lean into them because there's so much that you need to make them work. Kind of similar to suits are actually very similar to the flowers. They're like very strong in theory, but they're also very hard to make work. Anyway, Pizza the Cat. All cats give 1 more. This is one of the weaker cat items, but of course it is a common, so it was more likely we would get it anyway. And we're still going to take it, make these all a 2. Okay, do I potentially take a second key now? Yeah, just because we still have empties. If we didn't still have empties, I'd take the bubble, but no. Okay, I know that we can get 15 instant money off the cheese by the mouse eating it, but I think I'd prefer the egg, because that's just 1 extra coin every spin for the rest of the game, thanks to Egg Carton. Right, huh. Yeah, we can't really take ore, can we? No, we really can't, because we've got General Zeroff. Ores, when they get mined, they will give you more gems, and they can be really good because there is a miner symbol which gives you money for mining ore, but there's also a geologist symbol which I'm going to keep calling archaeologist because that's what it used to be called, and I don't know why they changed its name, which destroys ores and gems, and the geologist with ores is one of the most powerful things you can get in this game. However, you obviously can't guarantee you're going to get a geologist every run, which is why I'm not leaning into it. And obviously, the only 2 things that are going to make this all good are both things that Zeroff is going to kill, so we can't really take it. So, I just realized I kind of skipped over it earlier because I'm so used to doing it, but I'm going to skip this actually. So, yeah, we got another email besides just the one telling us our next friend before, and that was giving us 2 removal capsules and 2 rerolls. The 2 removal capsules, I can just look at the symbols in my deck and pick 2 to get rid of. I'm not going to do that yet because, of course, we still have empties, but once our board is full, we're going to start doing that on the bad items that we have. The reason why I'm saving my rerolls is actually something that I didn't know until quite recently. I'll tell you in a second, actually. I'll take Magpie here. These are all pretty bad, but again, we're still trying to fill our empties. Magpie is the best, I think, because although this on its own, if I remember right, I did the math before, I think it's a 1.25 on average when you add all this up. I think this is actually quite good because there are 2 different items you can get that are relatively common that usually aren't that great, but are really good with Magpie. And that is tax evasion, obviously. You saw that one before. But also checkered flag, which makes anything that takes multiple spins to give you a bunch of money take 1 less. And if we get either of those items, it's really good with Magpie. So I'm going to take Magpie because although all these suck, at least Magpie works really well with 2 items that were very likely to be offered. Okay. Was this the one we had shedding season? Yeah. Is this the first time we've been offered a rabbit? That took a while. Anyway, we've been saving these rerolls because something that I actually didn't know until very recently is that you actually have a better chance of getting better symbols after every rent payment, like the first time you had a symbol after paying rent. And the increased chance that you get gets bigger and bigger after each rent payment, which I kind of half thought that was probably true, because I noticed it endless. After a rent payment, I'd basically always be offered like nothing but rares. But I didn't realize I didn't know for sure it applied to every rent payment. And if there's ever any kind of luck affecting thing going on with a symbol selection, the rerolls will keep whatever that effect is. So if I get a lucky capsule, which remember guarantees like we get a rare next spin, not next symbol, and then I re-roll that symbol, I'm gonna get another guaranteed rare. So I'm gonna obviously wait to use those re-rolls until this next rent payment, because if I use them now on these symbols, I'm gonna get a higher chance of finding better stuff. Except I'm not gonna do that because we've got Lucky Capsule, which we're just gonna take straight away. Okay, this is actually a little tough. We're not taking Quickly the Wolf. Wolves just usually give 2, and it makes wolves give 1 more, so it gives 3, and it makes dogs turn into wolves. Not a bad item, actually, but the only problem is that dogs, this is the literal only synergy they have in the entire game. So they're pretty bad usually. And wolves don't have much synergy, they only have synergy with 1 item that's a rare called Moon. So yeah, it's a bit hard to make this work. Nori the rabbit will make our rabbit give 1 more, and any fluff that it creates give 1 more, which is tempting, but I think I want to take Lucky Cat. For every cat we have a 30% chance of getting better symbols. And Thingy, this is another reason why cats are really strong in my opinion, because not only they're super common, but 2 super common items are Lucky Cat and Pizza the Cat. Literally half your games you're going to get both of those items offered to you. And right now, but all of these cats are tupers that are giving us a 30% chance to get something better, which I think is pretty good, honestly. So that little whoop whoop whoop, was it adding a rabbit foot? So we got a rabbit foot now. Hex of Emptiness is one of the much worse hexes. It has a 30% chance of forcing you to not add anything after the next spin, which I did mention that later into the game you would want to be wary about adding more things to your deck that you don't need. But obviously not even having the option to add something if it is important that pops up is pretty bad. So yeah. I think we're going to take Hustling Capsule. It takes 7 coins away from us, but then for the rest of the game we get 1 coin every spin. That's what this item does. Okay, there goes our Lucky Capsule, so we're going to get a rare. Spirit. Okay. It's not bad, but like it's really not what we're expecting for a rare. King Midas. Ha ha ha. Oh my god, are you serious? So King Midas is an absolute meme. It's one of the worst rares in the game. It gives 1, which is bad for a rare. It adds a coin every spin, and adjacent coins to him give 3 times more. Here's what's terrible about this. Every coin just gives 1 coin, and that's it. And it keeps adding it. It just fills your entire deck with trash. Obviously, in theory, if you can keep tripling them and get more coin synergy, it can get really strong, but you need multiple King Midases, multiple coin synergy items. Really, the only context in which this is good is there is 1 symbol in the game that does eat coins to give you more money. However, that symbol is also a very rare. So, yeah, you can't really rely on it. So, yeah, King Midas is absolutely terrible, so we got to reroll again. Not to mention that Zaroff would kill him anyway. Apple. Ugh. So yeah, this is what I was kind of dreading, but I'm still going to take it, I guess. I could take the monkey, actually. Oh my god, is the monkey actually better? Oh my god, is the monkey better? I think the monkey is better. Oh, that's sad. But yeah, Apple's just a 3. I suppose it does have some small synergy. Witches do double apples, and Robin Hood can also destroy apples to give you money. But both of those are also rares, so you're not likely to get them. Yeah, this is just a 3 otherwise. And this may be a 1, but at least it's going to eat all these coconuts. Yeah, I'm actually taking the monkey. That's sad. I'm not giving up on this one yet. It's not looking great, but I'm not giving up on it yet. Have we got a full... We've got 3 spaces to fill left. Okay, the Tedium Capsule downside isn't that bad. Even though it forces you to get a common, it's only one of the 3 symbols that's going to be a guaranteed common. And, you know, usually one of the 3 is going to be a common anyway, so it doesn't make your chances that much worse, so I will take a Tedium Capsule, just because it's 5 instant money. I don't want to take any of these. I know we've taken a few urns, but those were big urns that give 2 coins, even if we don't get synergy. This gives 1. So if we don't get synergy, this is really bad. And even if we get synergy, it only gives us 1 spirit. So I think I'm going to skip that. I just realized I have a bit of a bad habit of sometimes just spacing out and making it without even mentioning. Magic key, this is just like a normal key, but when it opens something, it will give double money. Honestly, for a rare, it's not that great, but it's still not a bad pick, and I obviously want to keep some keys around for rabbit foot. We really should be getting offered some better stuff. We haven't even had Zaroff kill anything yet. Like really, we should be getting better stuff. We have 3 cats and 2 rabbit fluffs, so that means that we have a 9. Actually, I don't know if it's multiplicative. If it's like 30% of 100 plus 30% of that plus 30% of that plus 30% of that. Just about. Let me quickly just do the maths on that. So 1.3 times 1.3 times 1.3 times 1.2 times 1.2. Okay. We have more than triple a chance of getting better stuff, and we're still getting this. Bruh. Okay. These are pretty bad. In fact, these are really bad. Oh god, these are bad. Okay, Cyan Pepper is one of the worst items in the game, if you ask me. Not the worst, definitely there are worse, but one of the worst. It gives 2 coins if there are no more than 2 symbols that are the same on the board, ignoring empties. The problem is that generally taking duplicates is a good idea, and obviously this doesn't work well with duplicates. And even if you do get this to go off, it only gives 2 coins per spin, which is not that impressive for something that requires you to build your deck badly on purpose. Frying Pan gives us egg synergy, but we already have Egg Carton, and that literally will stop us from getting eggs on the board, so we wouldn't even be able to activate this. Even if we could, it's pretty bad. If an egg is next to another egg, a cheese, or some milk, it will make an omelette, which gives 3, but has absolutely no synergy. It just gives 3, which is, it's better than before, but it's not great. And finally, X-Ray Machine is actually pretty bad, even though it might not sound that bad. Whenever you break open ore, you will only get rare or better symbols. So essentially, instead of just getting like 1s and 2s, you will always either get an emerald, which gives 3, a ruby, which gives 3, or a diamond, which gives 5. Which does sound good. The problem is that these have very little synergy, whereas these smaller ones have a lot more synergy. So yeah, X-Ray Machine isn't that great most of the time either. We don't even have a deck that works with ores, but even if we did, it's not that great. I think we still have to take Cyan Pepper. We do have less duplicates than usual, but like those are some really bad options. I guess we're taking another big urn, unless we want to take Voidstone. Voidstone and Void Creature, which are 2 symbols that do the exact same thing. They make adjacent empty spaces give 1 more, but if there's no adjacent empty spaces, it destroys itself and just gives you 8 coins straight up, which makes them a really easy filler pick if you just want to pick something, but like you don't want it to clog up your deck. Obviously, the Void Stone's going to go away pretty quickly and just give you 8 coins. Anyway, big urn. Okay, more rabbit fluff. I guess we're going to take a coconut for the monkey, and then we'll finally have a full board. By the way, this deck is a mess. This is terrible. I don't know what it is. I feel like every time I start trying to record this game, I'm just cursed. If we had empty spaces, I would take the bar of soap. It only gives 1, but it goes away after 3 spins, and every time you have a spin, it adds a bubble. And obviously those give 2 and go away after 3 spins. If you add it up, it basically means this is 21 coins over a few spins, and then it goes away. Which isn't bad, just getting a boost of 21 coins without, having to worry about it clogging up your deck. But, yeah, it's going to start clogging up we don't have loads of space for this to fill, and you can only really think of it as it giving you 21 coins if you have empty spaces to fill. Because of course, if it's not filling an empty space, that means that it's taking a slot that another symbol could have that might be better. So yeah, I guess we're just skipping that. I'm still just waiting for the opportunity for this run to be redeemed. Hex of Tedium is another one of the hexes that isn't that bad. It gives 3, and it makes us 20% less likely to find rare stuff. I'm not going to take it because I think we're banking on finding something rare to bail us out of this run. So, yeah, even though it's not a bad downside. Bear basically gives 2. It does also eat honey, but honey is a rare. We're not likely to get it, and even if we do, like, we might not even want it, so, yeah. We're just going to take Strawberry because it's 3, even though it's not that great. Safe. Okay, so we can start using some of these keys. Okay, we barely made that rent payment. Okay, that's a rare. Robin Hood. Robin Hood gives -4, but every 4 spins will give you 29. And that's all he used to do, but he was really bad then, so they buffed him quite a lot, made him a lot more interesting. If he's next to any of these arrows or a thief, he'll make them give 3 more coins. And if he's next to a billionaire, a target, or an apple, he will destroy them and give 15 coins when he destroys them. But as you can see, not much synergy here with that. We didn't even take the apple, did we? No, we didn't. So, yeah, not taking that. Chef doubles food. I think this is one of the less good rares, but to me, maybe we want it just because it doubles the strawberry. It double anything else. It doubles the cherry, but that's not great. I don't think we want this. Frozen fossil. Okay, that's better. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about cultists earlier. This gives 0, and after 20 spins, it will hatch into an eldritch creature, which gives 4. And every time it's next to a cultist, witch, or any of the hexes, it will eat it, and it gives an extra coin for each cultist, witch, or hex that has been either eaten or removed from your deck that game. It also, although it takes 20 spins to come out, which means if I take it now, I'm likely to die, I can speed it up by removing my own hexes, and every one I remove makes it come out 5 spins faster. Anyway, I want to take Cleaning Rag. It makes all gems give +1, but like we only have a pearl and a shiny pebble. Well, these are actually all bad, so yeah, I think this is the best one. We don't have any dice. This just makes it, if they give less than half, then they reroll. And we don't have any candy or toddlers. So yeah, I guess we're taking Cleaning Rag. Anyway, oh, I thought we had 2 hexes. I guess this is the only one we have. I'm still going to remove it just to make that fossil hatch a bit faster. While I'm here, I might also remove... Where's the cherry? There's the cherry. I don't think I want the cherry. Actually, no, I'll remove the coin first, and I'll save the other removals for a bit. Void creature just gives 8. Okay, so there's no empty spaces still. When it says that you have an empty, you have to remove something. The next time you spin, like, the empties go away if like that's more than the maximum size of your deck, but I always forget what the maximum size is. I think it's going to be 25 since we're at 27. I know we're close to the maximum, so yeah. I'll remove another one now. Oh look, we got a very rare, and it's literally the worst possible one we can be offered. It's a watermelon. It gives 4 coins and it does nothing. Yeah, sometimes this game just hates you. So I guess we're taking that though still because we're desperate. Okay, billionaire. Okay, I usually wouldn't want to do this because it's a bit desperate, but I mean, we're gonna die if we don't do this. Billionaires give 0. They double cheese and wine, but that's not that great most of the time because cheese only gives 1 and wine only gives 2. So basically, it's 0, gives 1 if next to cheese, gives 2 if next to wine, which is pretty bad. But if it gets destroyed, it gives you 35 coins. This landing next to Zaroff would give us a big boost of about 50, 60 coins. And I think we're not going to make rent if we don't take that gamble, so yeah. Oh, speaking of taking a gamble. Right, Hexadestruction is a very interesting one. It has a 30% chance to destroy a random adjacent symbol. This just fucks up your deck, which means that usually it's a bad pick. However, if your deck isn't that good in the first place and you're prepared to take a lot more symbols, Hexadestruction could actually really clutch up and bail you out sometimes. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see what Hexadestruction does. Oh, monkey's eating a decent amount. That should help us make rent. Okay, I'm really going all in here, aren't I? Okay, targets are quite nice. They give 2, and if they get destroyed, they give 10. And the main thing that destroys them is, you saw earlier Robin Hood can destroy them, but as well as that, the arrows that you saw, if an arrow points to a target, it destroys it. Now, what the arrows actually do is, they don't give any money, but everything they point a random direction, and everything they point at gets their value doubled, tripled, or quadrupled depending on how good the arrow is. And obviously, if this only gets destroyed when it gets pointed at by an arrow, and it gives a bunch of money when destroyed, that means that the rewards will always be multiplied. So yeah, it's a pretty good item. However, we have no arrows, and we didn't take Robin Hood, so yeah, not a good pick. Reroll is just a reroll. It wouldn't be a bad pick here if it weren't for the fact that, we're about to die and it doesn't give any instant money. Item Capsule seems like the best here. It gives us a random common item, which, even though it's only a common every time, it's a permanent item. And there are a couple items in the game that stack, but aside from that, if you get an item in your item pool, then you can't be offered it again. So even if this gives us complete useless trash, at least that means that we're never going to be offered that trash item again, and it's out of the pool. Lunchbox. Oh, okay, that could save us. I'm going to take a lucky capsule. Hex of Thievery isn't that bad. It's kind of like the mid-tier Hex if I was going to make a Hex tier list. But I think I'm going to take the lucky capsule. Okay, Lunchbox just gives you 3 food symbols. The reason why this is great is because they recently changed it so that Chemical 7 is considered a food/drink symbol. It gives 7 coins instantly, and it gives you a lucky 7. If you get 3 lucky 7s, you get 77 coins. It would be really lucky for us to get 3 Chemical 7s off of this, but that would easily bail us out. Okay, we didn't, but we got another watermelon. Am I going to take... You know what? Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think I take Omelette. I could. I don't think I do that. Right, okay, it's potentially savable. Oh, come on, Zaroff, just kill the billionaire. Yeah, we're basically banking on Zaroff killing that billionaire. If it doesn't happen, we're so screwed. Joker is obviously for suits. Almost tempted to take it just because it's a 3 and Zaroff... Actually, you know what? Yeah. Zaroff kills Jokers, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he does. And he gives 3 anyway, so yeah, I'm going to take that, actually, even though we have no suits. Oh, finally. Last spin. Okay, this ruin is somehow not dead. Somehow. Okay, well, we finally got offered an arrow, but it's the worst arrow, bronze arrow, but we still might take it. I don't think we want strawberry. Wait, this is the first of the rent payments, so I should reroll. Dame doubles gems. Okay, hang on. Do I actually have any idea what I want this deck to be? No, I really don't. This deck's been such a mess, I actually still don't even know what my deck's supposed to be. So, I think I can actually take this Dame. It's going to get destroyed by the Zaroff eventually anyway, and in the meantime, it should double the pills and Shiny Pebble, which obviously already have more value because of the cleaning rag, so the double will be even better. Oh, these all suck again. Well, again, Clicking the Wolf is generally not that bad of an item, but because we have no dogs or wolves, and we are at a point that's too late to start taking any, it's pretty bad. So I guess I have to take White Pepper. It just gives 3 if you land on a multiple of 3, which means it just averages out to a 1 every spin, which is not that great, but I mean, it's something. Because if I knew I was going to get 2 watermelons, I should have taken Chef. Even though Chef is generally pretty bad for a rare, like, obviously doubling 4s is a lot better than doubling, like, 2s. I'm incentivized to take more Hexes for this Frozen Fossil, but, like, I don't know about Hex of Midas. Oh, actually, what I could do, I'm going to take Hex of Midas and instantly remove it, just so that comes out 5 turns faster. No! The rabbit! Oh, I knew something like that was going to happen eventually. Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to take Cultist, and if Zaroff can kill the Cultist, it will instantly hatch the fossil. Wrong one. Oh, I didn't even realize the Hex of Destruction just destroyed the urn, finally, even though we didn't do it the proper way. Oh, hey, it's Tomb. This is kind of like the 3rd tier of urn. It has a 5% chance of adding a spirit every spin, and if it gets destroyed, it adds 5 instantly. Usually wouldn't take it, because we still don't have any synergy for this. However, it just is a 3 that will generally add 4s to the board, even if we don't get any synergy, so that's not bad, so I'll take it. Is there anything I need to remove? I mean, our deck's starting to get pretty full. So, actually, let's start looking at the trash. And by trash, I mean flour. Honestly, I think we also get rid of the mouse. The mouse is great in the early game, but by now, it's not good. Same's kind of true for Monkey, but at least the Monkey can eat 3 different things, that being banana, coconut, and coconut half, whereas the mouse can only eat 1 thing. Anyway, lucky capsule, I guess it is. Yeah. Oh, finally the magic key. We'll take another hex. About a hatch. Do I still have a key? I do. Okay, take treasure chest then. No, you're destroying the... This deck has so much bad stuff and you're destroying the good stuff. Okay, I mean, that's more okay. Okay, rent payment. Beastmaster. Eventually, I'm going to get to the point where I'm probably going to be removing Zeroth. Is that now? Even though I want Zeroth to kill... No, I want Zeroth to kill the Joker. I could just take the risk that the Zeroth doesn't hit the Beastmaster. Yeah, there's enough here. The thing with Beastmaster is, okay, I didn't even mention it, it doubles animals. And there's a lot of animals, and doubling is really useful, and he gives 2 on his own anyway, so I think I'm taking Beastmaster and just hoping he doesn't get killed. If he does get killed, whatever, it's 20 instant coins. Oh, he hit the Joker. And we have our Eldritch creature. Okay, so I think now I'm going to remove Zeroth. I can't do it from here, I have to wait until I pick the symbol. Voidstone. Oh wait, I don't have removal captures left. I'm so dumb. Okay, well, Zeroth hit the cultist, which is good actually, so yeah. Oh. Removal capsule, how convenient. And because this also counts as it destroying itself, which gives even more money from Black Pepper. Which, yeah, I'm pretty happy we got Black Pepper. Oh, I didn't even see we got Lockpick. That's great. That's probably the best common in the game. Unless, is Black Pepper a common? Oh, it's a common. Maybe Black Pepper's better than this. Either way, these are the 2 best common items in the game, if you ask me. I love item capsule, but I really have to take that second Beastmaster. Anyway, bye Zeroth. I actually feel like this run is just barely gonna make it, which is kind of stupid to me, but I mean, I shouldn't complain. We've gotten so unlucky. We're getting all the bad very rares. There are some amazing very rares. These are the bad ones. I mean, okay, to be fair, this isn't that bad. I mean, it gives 6. But yeah, this has no synergy at all with anything. It just gives 6, and you can only have 1 of them. There can only be 1. There can only be 1. There can only be 1. Okay, I was going to do a little skip, but it's a bit weird with its... Okay, yeah, now it's like... There can only be 1. There can only be 1. Anyway. Did I pick it? Yeah, I thought I did pick it for a second then. Oh, it's doubling the magpie when it's giving money. Pretty good. King Midas sucks. I still have that monkey. I really would have removed it by now, but there's so much bad stuff in the deck that the monkey actually hasn't been the worst thing in the deck yet. Oh. Okay, I'm going to take Thief. Thief takes 1 coin every turn, but gives you 4 coins for every turn he lived when he gets destroyed. That adds up pretty fast, and it's convenient because there are 2 ways to destroy Thief. One is to take a Bounty Hunter, which is a common which destroys thieves and gives 10 coins for every thief it destroys. But Bounty Hunter's kind of bad, because usually you only get 1 thief with it, and then it just sticks around and takes up space. Because obviously the only thing it does gets is thieves, and there's only 1 thief in like symbol you can get in the game, so yeah, even if it's an uncommon, it's not going to happen that often. But the monkey eats bananas, and when it eats a banana, it leaves behind a banana peel, which is just a 1 that's absolutely useless, unless it lands next to a thief, and then it'll destroy itself and the thief, which is a real nice way to clean things up. So I can take this thief and just wait until I get a banana peel. Ooh, cat's giving a decent amount. Okay, so I'd like to take Hooligan to destroy the urns. However, there is a common item in the game that gives a 50% chance of destroying all urns every spin, and that's more what I'm looking for, because this is 1 that kind of takes up space. I would have taken this earlier if I still had Zeroth, just so, because it would have a good chance of getting 1 of the urns, maybe, before it gets killed. But since we don't have Zaroff anymore, I'm not going to take this. I'm going to take the Bronze Arrow for the targets. It looks like we're probably just about going to make it. These are bad. Well, mine is good if we have all synergy, but we don't. I guess we're taking another beast. This is a full-on beast deck now, I guess. I mean, I suppose I haven't done one of those yet. Oh! And this makes both our Owl and our Magpie better. And makes incentivizes us to take more of these other beasts later. Especially Sloth. Sloth becomes really good with this, because usually it's a 1.5, and this makes it give 3 every spin. Speaking of Sloth. It's so weird actually taking Sloth. I'm so used to this being trash and just always passing on it. Another Sloth or an item capsule. I'm going to take the item capsule because, again, I'm looking for that item that destroys the urns. I'm actually a bit nervous. I might not make this rent payment because we're kind of running out of instant money sources. We need to either get a good double on, like, say, like a Magpie gives 8 and then it gets doubled to 32. Maybe an arrow points at it gets 64. We need either that, or we need the thief to get popped, which is unlikely to happen that quickly. I want to take Hex of Midas because I want to take Hexes for this to eat, but I obviously don't trust it to not add too many coins before it gets eaten. I guess I'm taking Lucky Capsule. It feels bad taking something that gives no instant money. Oh, Guillotine. That could be good. It means if we take a Billionaire, it just instantly gets destroyed, so Billionaires just become a free, like, 35 coins. I guess I'm taking Wildcard. Magic Key technically gives more potential for instant money, but Wildcard's just better. Copies the best coin value among the symbols next to it. Yeah, that's good. 4 spins to get 225. It could happen, but it's a little nerve-wracking. I'll take the rabbit back because we lost our rabbit earlier. Please. Nah. I didn't remember if that 1 meant it was 1 turn away or it was going to happen. Oh, this is hard. Okay, we finally got a good, very rare. Golden Arrow quadruples everything it points to. Usually this would just be an instant pick. However, do we want a second Eldritch creature? Because it's just like a... Even if it doesn't do anything else, it's just going to be a 9. Oh, this is weird. Does it actually double Eldritch creature? Nah. This feels bad because I feel like the most competent thing in our deck right now, like that we can build around, is Eldritch Creature. However, I think I have to take Golden Arrow. I think I have to do that because I need to rely on this Golden Arrow pointing at like high value symbols on the right spins to propel us ahead. Okay, so usually I would take Item Capsule here, but I feel like I'm going to end up killing myself if I do that, so if I take Bluffing Capsule, I've got a better chance of making this rent payment. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we made it, okay. Am I going to take Bubble? No, I'm not. Our deck's too full. Oh. This has been such a weird run. This actually might be the weirdest run I've ever had of this game. Oh, it's so frustrating seeing these symbols that are usually good, but they're just not good in this deck. Sun, if you're wondering, like when I mentioned flower builds are probably the best if you want to go endless, Sun is the reason why, because they pentuple the amount the flowers give. And they only give 1 at first, so that's bad, of course, at first. But then, if you get like a pentuple and a double and another pentuple, then that's 50 already. Yeah, it very quickly gets out of control. If you can get Clear Sky, which is an item that makes it so suns don't even have to be next to flowers to double them, then you can start having like regular, oh, I'm just going to spin and get 3,000 from this one flower. Anyway, Beehive, we don't have any synergy with, but it's just a 3 in marketing. Can't take any of it. It sucks. It feels so bad because they're all rares, but they're just all bad. Well, these are all useless to me. We have no ninjas. We removed our mouse and thingy. This is not going to trigger that. Well, actually, it should trigger quite often, but it only gives 2. But it's the best, sadly. Another target. We have 2 arrows, so these should be getting pointed at soon. I just realised I can hardly believe we still have Shiny Pebble. This should have been destroyed ages ago, but the clean reg making it a 2 means I've kind of had to keep it. By the way, I just want to point out, this run was saved by cats. Like, these rare symbols, we definitely wouldn't be getting them if we didn't have Looking Cat. I guess we're taking another Beastmaster. Bro, I don't know why, but I almost never get offered Beastmaster, and this run, I feel like it's just all come back. They're just suddenly like, oh yeah, we never give you this one. Let me just give you it nothing else but Beastmaster. Okay, so I almost took the milk there for the cats, because the Beastmasters could potentially double the cats after drinking the milk, and then they could double the rewards. But I think I have to take the banana to get rid of the beef. Yeah. It's going to take a few spins for that to happen anyway. If I could get offered another banana before the end, but even if I do, there's not a good chance that the monkey's going to eat it in time, and then the banana peel's going to land next to the beef in time on top of that. So Void Stone and instant 8 coins. I mean, this is the only one that's of any use. No, this is starting to look bad all of a sudden. Oh yeah, I can take slots now, so I'll take a slot. Wait, I just realised I've got enough removals. I should be thinning this deck out. No more Anchor. Is now when I remove... Wait, I was just about to say now is now when I remove Monkey. I literally just added the banana. If the banana wasn't here, I would now be removing Monkey, but it is, so keep keeping it. I know that we have synergy with Owl, but like honestly, it's so bad. Like even though we have both Checkered Flag and quadruple Beastmasters, the Owl is still just a 1.5 on average. That sometimes becomes like a 3. It's not that good actually. I'm gonna get rid of the Owl, and I could theoretically then start looking at removing these urns. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. It feels bad because like it's quite unlucky that I haven't been able to break these urns yet. Usually by this point I would be able to, but even if I do break them open, the spirits aren't that helpful at this point, so I'll remove 1. Ooh, 3 beasts. Ah, if that golden arrow landed there, that would have been 32. Oh, there's Mrs. Fruit. Sadly, she cannot eat the strawberry or the watermelon. Because sadly, whenever it comes to these things that eat symbols to become stronger, they only eat uncommon or worse. They won't eat rare symbols, and the idea is it's like, oh no, the rare ones are good. You don't want them to eat them, but it's like, no, I want them to eat. Go away. I don't care. I guess I still take this. It means I can remove the monkey later. Just give 8. Okay, Mrs. Fruit ate the banana. Now we're just waiting for it to land next to the thief. Also, 1 spin. That's scary. I'm gonna take treasure chest since we have lockpick to open it. Open? Maybe? Hopefully? Yeah, we make rent anyway. Okay. Chef. We do have the 2 watermelons and the strawberry. That's it now. We don't actually have that much synergy left with it, so I don't think we want it. Bartender, we don't have synergy with alcohol. It would only be good if it added chemical 7s, and we obviously can't rely on that. Mine, no synergy. Reroll. Frozen Fossil. That's another eldritch creature. Yeah, I should probably take that. I'm tempted to reroll again and really go in, but I think that Frozen Fossil's the pick. Cardboard box. Cardboard box is definitely the best out of those items, but the main reason I was just holding back on it was just because I know that this is a really late time to be picking something that only gives me something every 6 spins, and even then it's just a removal. But the others are just so useless, I think that's actually the best one. I think now I'm at the point where like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take a hexavirus to try and feed these. I don't worry. I'm not gonna be too worried if it adds some coins. Another wild card, okay. This is so weird, this run. Because, like, we have so many luck enhancers that we're getting, like, these amazing, technically, in terms of rarity items. But, like, we just don't have something to build our deck around, really. Well, we do, but, like, not in as strong a way as usual. Usually we would... Well, okay, we got the Ritter's Fruit now. But, yeah. I think we just take arrows, especially late in the late game. Any way to multiply your stuff is almost always the best item you can take, and so silver arrow is really good. Okay, there goes the thief. Ooh, you see that? Magpie getting doubled, then tripled to 48, and then wildcard copying Magpie's 48 and then getting tripled by the arrow as well. That is really good. Okay, item capsule, get another item. Happy hour, it's okay. I mean, we have no synergy with it, but it's alright. Okay, these wild cards are kind of popping off now. Wild cards are kind of weird. I think you still almost always take them unless you have a much better option available. But like on average, it seems like most spins they don't actually give you that much. They'll give you like 3, 4, 5 a lot of the time, which is good. But obviously for a very rare, at first it's a bit underwhelming. But once you get multiplying into it, and once you start having it be next to things that give bursts of money, it can start giving hundreds, and obviously that's much better. Okay, this is Midas Bomb. This is a very rare symbol that isn't actually that good, but it's very rare. It destroys itself and everything adjacent to it, and everything it destroys gives 7 times the amount they usually would. But it destroys them, of course, and you have basically no control over what it destroys. So yeah, this is just a kind of, hey, my rune is screwed anyway. Maybe this just saves me, and my run is gonna win anyway at the moment. So you know what? This could be funny. To be fair, we do have too many symbols. I want to see where this lands. Okay, we didn't get it first. Oh wait, no we did. Bruh, this run does not want me to have rabbits. Okay, well, I actually should have kept track of everything it destroyed. I think it got an arrow. Oh, it got silver arrow. Ah, but at least it wasn't gold arrow. And we got some empties now. But yeah, this run really doesn't want me to have rabbits. By the way, that's how many symbols we destroyed this game. Just to put it in perspective, assuming we got black pepper from the start, we would have got 1 coin for every single one of these, which is why I was talking about how good black pepper is. So anyway, I know I said Tomb was good earlier, but I think we have to take Hex Affording. It is one of the better hexes I mentioned, and we got the Elder Creatures. Okay, we're forced to pick one. I'll just take Hex of Destruction. Eat it before it does anything bad. This is technically considered Beast, funnily enough. Beast Method does double this, but we don't want it adding pills because they suck. And yeah, we actually don't want any of these. Well, we only have 1 spin left, so I may as well re-roll this and get run back. So that run made it, eventually. Yeah, this is not normal. This is not usually how the game goes. But yeah, we can continue playing in Endless. I'll have a quick look what the first symbols it offers are. I guess I'll say Robin Hood. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep going in Endless. Not unless it offers me something amazing in the next few seconds, because this run is pretty doomed in Endless, I think. It might make the first rent payment, don't know about any past there. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay, well, I think that's it for me. Thank you for watching this. Probably do more of these because I have to say I've been playing this game casually anyway. So I'll see you then. Bye.